Hi, management class. Dr. Seibert here, talking about your chapter this week. Before I get going and forget, I want to wish you guys a great holiday week next week. I hope you get some time for yourself or with family. I know with me, I had to change some things and I hated doing that, but I think that the whole premise right now is for everybody to stay safe, however that looks in your family or friends. So please be safe. We've only got, this is week 14 of 16, so we're close. So let's stay safe and get through this, okay? I always say this every week, but this chapter is like one of the most important ones, so you're already used to me here saying that. Organizational culture, wow. How many organizational cultures have changed during the pandemic? You might have had the best office in the whole world or the best working situation, and the pandemic has absolutely slammed that. It could be because of your work, it got changed. Maybe you were ill, maybe your family was ill, maybe you had kids had to go back to stay home from school. So this pandemic has just absolutely crushed organizational cultures. So, for starters, we don't want the culture to go down. So whatever was being done when the pandemic hit in March to May when we had the lockdowns, whatever that could be done then was going to be a good thing, hopefully. So after that, as we've gone back to work and maybe gone back to a little bit of our life, how's work looked? Is everybody stressed? Is everybody scared? Does anybody help us with those feelings or with our concerns? So that's, to me, a lot of organizational culture right now. How is our organization addressing the pandemic, addressing our concerns, our questions? Are they doing a good job at it, or are they just letting us kind of flounder? So organizational culture is something that takes a while to build up, like any relationship probably. It takes a while to build up to maybe a good one, give and take, trust, honesty, that kind of thing. And so one thing can make it tumble and boom, then it's gone. And of course, it's going to be hard to get back. I guess it's kind of like a trust issue. Once you trust and then that's broken, it's hard to get that trust back. So in organizational culture, once we trust and that's broken, it's going to be hard to get it back. So we're going to be looking at things kind of with an eye of suspicion, maybe. And that's okay. We can do that. It helps us to understand. But the thing is, we want to get back to some kind of an organizational culture. We need some kind of a standard, some kind of a comfort in our group. So I've seen some of your discussions and I've seen how your companies are doing this. And it looks like companies are doing a good job on the whole with organizational culture and helping the employees. So just something to think about as we're moving forward. Of course, we're always moving forward, but as you're a manager, think about your organizational culture. Do you want to be that just happy, always like, hey, nothing concerns you? Or do you want to be that leader that really does listen? And if something's tough, you are going to try to figure out something or solve something or ask for help. Leaders ask for help. So think about those things as you're learning about management, what you would do in these situations. What would have you done in this pandemic? Maybe you were a manager. What have you done? Write these skills down on your resume, because this is something that nobody ever would have guessed we would go through, and we're getting a lot of skills from it. Might be a lot of communication skills, might be customer skills, but just keep in mind what's going on and write them down, and you'll have that for your resume. Because that's going to be a big thing when we get out of this and things get to maybe somewhat of a normal business environment. How were you during this pandemic? Did you lead? Were you a manager, or did you try to, be a manager type thing, or did you just couldn't handle it? You're not going to tell somebody that, obviously, but just self-reflect. How's that? About how you're done, how you're doing, and what we're going to do in this next, looks like Thanksgiving and Christmas with more mandates. So please take some time this week and reflect and enjoy your family and friends for Thanksgiving, and know that we're almost to the end. And I've enjoyed your discussions and enjoyed all of my discussing with you. And if you have emails, please let me know. So talk to you later.